Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside the St. Margaret's Bay Center here, just outside of Halifax, Nova Scotia. We are live on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers. Thanks for tuning in here to this Thursday night matchup between the Gulls and the Whalers. We are in the fountain ice here. Matt Duggan set to drop the puck. 7:32 local time, and we are underway here between the Gulls and the Whalers, and a big hit there. Standing up, his man was Greenwood. Greenwood back into the lineup here this evening after missing some time. The Gulls coming off their first loss of the season in regulation last night to the Wolverines. We'll see how they respond here against the Whalers. An offside call, and that'll stop play here as we get to introduce the starting goaltenders. Starting in net for the Gulls, wearing number 31 here at home, Landon Rogerson. Rogerson coming into the game 9-0 on the season, a 2.09 goals against average, a .923 save percentage, and he's got 2 shutouts on the season. 200 feet down from Rogerson, wearing number 1, Gordy Blake. Blake on the year has 1-9 so far this season. He's got a 6.63 goals against average and a save percentage at .859. As the Gulls work it in, Douglas centers under the stick of Sears to the point. Off the body and just wide past Blake. Down low, Sears waits. He'll work it up. Over top of the circles, Grayson Shear's shot goes wide. Rebound off the end wall, trying to tuck that in, was Levy. Chipped into the neutral zone, bobbled it, as now the Whalers enter over the line. McDougall stops up, had it poked away from him, and out go the Gulls. That puck sent back down. Horton Connors gets to it in the corner. He'll send it around for his D partner, Luke Katsapoulousis. As here's a chance. Calvert centers off the skate. Cranston was there in front. Greenwood activating down the wall, centered out in front. Doesn't connect, and Davis Henneberry back into the neutral zone. Just inside his line, he'll get some pressure. Use his net to avoid that. Over to the far side, waiting. Pelham has 4 goals in 2 games. Does Simon Pelham, a hat trick on Sunday, and 1 goal on the power play in Halifax yesterday. As that puck centered off the skate, cleared into the corner. Calvert trying to get it. Goes off of his skate, picking that up. Taylor. Cole Taylor centers across. Under the stick of Sim. Greenwood before the goal line gathers, so no icing on the play there. As Sim's in there on the forecheck, trying to get it from Greenwood. He'll take him down, delay call upcoming, and it's going to be a power play for the Gulls. A tripping call. Looks like it's going to be charged to number 12, Gavin Sear. And it'll be a power play here with 12:43 remaining in the opening period. Gulls to the power play here at home. Thursday night, the only game on tap here on High Button Sports this evening. Well, in the league, obviously, as well. Calvert lining up behind Jollymore. It's 1, though. Cleared out by Cole Taylor. All the way down, Rogerson stops it into the corner. Chase Noel will stop things up. Take a step out. Nice pass onto the stick of Sears. He'll have to catch up to it outside the line. Calvert touched it inside, and another offside call charged to the Gulls. Gulls trying to get set up here on the power play as about 28 seconds had expired. Circling back, Miller Cannon. Works it for Sears. Trying to settle things up. He gets pinched off, controlling the puck. Back to Greenwood, had trouble with it as it's into the neutral zone. Greenwood is going to regroup. Up the wall, Sears back over the blue line, stops up just inside the ring-out line, now to the point. He'll walk across for Greenwood. He'll take a shot, and it just sent wide past the glove side of Blake. Sears, he'll go across for Cannon. Up top, Greenwood. On behind Cannon into the corner. He'll has to gather it up. Down low, Cannon intended for Sears all the way down. As mentioned yesterday, quite a bit of hockey for the team in white, black, and green is coming off the ice jam, then playing last weekend in Spring Hill on Sunday, then playing last night against the Wolverines. So a lot of hockey jammed into a few weeks here. We'll see how the fatigue for the Gulls is here this evening. Cranston worked up top for Noel. Back to Cranston, shot. Rebound loose in front. Blake holds on with the blocker for the whistle. It'll be a face-off with 21 seconds remaining on the clock. On the power play clock, I should say. 11:04 remaining on the clock. 3 shots on goal so far for the Gulls. None yet for the Whalers. The Whalers coming into this game currently in 10th place in the league. The Gulls in first. Noel at the point. Dishes for Cranston. Back for Chase Noel. Noel has it. Quick touch passes there. Cranston steps, fakes a shot, walks over top. Mohawking his way across. Lets a shot go. It's blocked. Good job there. Cole Taylor on the block. He has it on the half wall. He'll try to clear it up. Back to 5-on-5 is out of the box. Sears, Browning, in off with a bench for him as the Gulls unable to capitalize on the early power play. Cranston half wall takes a bump and had it bounce out into the neutral zone. Back at center, Cranston. Back up over the line. Here comes Bowen Cranston. Toe drag shot. Pad save. Rebound held on to by Blake. Cranston coming into this game has 54 points. That's first amongst all skaters in the U15 league. He comes in with 29 goals, so just shy of 30 goals. He's got 25 assists so far on the year. As it's rimmed around, Wakeham, the leading point getter for his squad in blue and green. Up the wall, sent back down low, Calvert. In behind the goal line. And a big hit there, finishing his check. McKinnon, he'll have to get back as it's rimmed up to him. Not there for it. LaRue trying to work it in. He'll have it over the blue line. LaRue chipping it up. Kennedy works it to the wall. Calvert takes a bump, turns it over. Here's LaRue over top of the zone. He'll elect to send it all the way down below the goal of Rogerson. Around to the short side, Taylor. That's Jack Taylor. He's tied in points with Wakeham. They sit first for their team. Here's Chisholm at the point. He'll work it D-to-D. A shot there from the point, blocked by McKinnon. And Calvert gathers the puck up to center. He'll chip it in and peel off for the change. All 5 fresh skaters out for the Gulls. Nice little fake there was Chisholm trying to work it out. Just outside the line, delayed offside. The Gulls will have to tag up. As they do, it'll be chipped over here for Sim to the middle. That move poked off his stick. He'll have to regroup. There's a battle on the half wall by the Zamboni door. Players going down. That was Douglas who went to the ice. Greenwood worked it across. Now up over the line. Good job there. Henneberry taking a hit to get it down in deep. Short side, Douglas has it off the half wall. Shot short side, past the glove, all the way back into the neutral zone. Davis Henneberry will get to it. He'll chip it right up the wall onto the stick of Sears. Pressure by Sim. Levy followed it up, worked it ahead for Douglas. Parker Douglas pressuring Taylor in the corner. Taylor, good job there, avoiding the check to work it to Sim. Nice breakout by the Whalers up over the line. Here's Sear, who took the penalty, lets a shot go. And that one just wide as he tried to capitalize on the quick break. Wakeham had it knocked away from him, took a bump for his efforts, and now chipping it up where the Gulls. Cole Taylor gathers in his own zone. Off the bench, Cannon couldn't control it. Turns it over at the line and gets it right back. Miller Cannon walking in, toe drag shot off the helmet, rebound loose, and Blake holds on for the whistle. Gordy Blake had it go off its helmet, looking around for it, bounced out from him. He'll have to head to the bench, get a quick equipment adjustment. Or will Lydia Higgs pop in the net? Yes, she will. So Higgs will pop in here for the meantime while the helmet of the goaltender, Gordy Blake, gets fixed. Higgs coming into this game with a 3-7 record, a goals against average of 5.15 and a save percentage of .859. She's now in for a little bit. Cannon takes a bump from Mosier. Down low, Jollymore pressured. He gets pinched off the puck there. Good job by Horton Connors. Cannon in there trying to help his man out. Out with it is Jollymore to the far side corner. He's pressured. He'll cycle it back down for Zwicker. Below the goal line, Jack Zwicker centered out in front, and it's turned over back. Not out, though, as that centering pass goes off the body of Jollymore, who peels off for the change. That puck chipped out to center. Greenwood, nice centering feed here for Cranston, who's going to get his feet moving up ice. Bowen Cranston to the middle of the ice, avoiding a few. Cranston keeping control, shot. Tried to sneak it under the leg there of Higgs, but couldn't do so as it went wide. Here's Pelham. Stops up at the ring-out line, walks in, dishes down low. Calvert looking out in front, centering, rebound. Pelham couldn't knock that one home. Calvert centered right onto the stick, though, of Wakeham, who turns it over at the blue line. Back in, here's Luca Calvert below the goal line. Trying to find somebody parked out front. He's pressured. He's gathering it up. Nice job to find it was McDougall out to the neutral zone and sent right back in by Noel. Horton Connors spinning away from one. He'll chip it over to the far side. LaRue reversing below his goal line. That'll be Jack Taylor stopping, avoiding the pressure from his counter-numerical partner in Bowen Cranston. Here's Wakeham through the neutral zone, over the blue line. Wakeham, good job by Henneberry. Playing a little bit of the body, slowing the man down. That'll allow Nordine through the neutral zone. He'll chip it in. He'll get rubbed out by Taylor. Down below the goal line, McKinnon will forecheck. LaRue lost his footing. Cycled for McKinnon, back up for Jollymore. Off the half-wall shot into the chest of Higgs, who holds on. And now she'll head right back to the bench. And back into between the pipes is Gordy Blake after getting his helmet adjusted quickly. Higgs with one save, maybe two saves in her quick appearance. 5:19 remaining on the clock in the opening period. Still no score. Shot 8-1 in favor of the Gulls. As it's worked around below the goal line, McKinnon spinning away, trying to work it to the point. Dufour had it bounce under his stick. He'll have to chase it all the way into his own zone. Below his own goal line, Sim waits out in front. He pokes it off the stick. Good job, Jollymore, supporting his D-man. Centered behind Sears. He'll pressure. Taylor to it first. He'll chip it off the wall. Back up, Levy trying to chip it in deep. I think it hit the glove of on the bench of the Whalers, and it'll be a puck out of play to stop. It'll be a face-off just outside of the Whalers bench. Levy in there to take the draw. Puck in the feet. Sears gathers it back for Henneberry, who works it across. Here's Greenwood chipping it up. Trying to reverse check there as Sim was working in on him. Puck over to the far side wall, held in. Good job by Henneberry activating in from the point to keep the play alive in the offensive zone. As it's chipped now into the neutral zone. Greenwood for Davis. Henneberry up for Douglas. Parker Douglas working in below the goal line. Shot, rebound, and what a save. Oh, and it goes in. As I thought it was saved for a second, and I think when Blake fell back onto his backside, the puck trickled in, and it's going to be Levy with the goal. 4:06 is very unexpected. The fans next to me said the same thing as I did. They said, oh, it did go in, and a 1-0 lead for the Gulls here at home. Levy will pick up the goal. I think Parker Douglas will get the assist, and Henneberry on the back end will get the secondary as the Gulls up by one inside the St. Margaret's Bay Center. And a rare Thursday night game in the U15 League. Chipped up. Noel up ahead. Good read there. And sent right back in by the Whalers. They'll get to the forecheck. Here's Taylor cycling down low. Chase Noel up the wall. Miller Cannon will chip it up ahead, as that's going to spring Zwicker down the far side. He'll get to it first. No icing. Zwicker down low. Thought he had support. Taylor to it first. Taylor takes a step out behind his net. Drops it off. Taking his time. Norton. Connors working it up, as that'll be Andy chipping it in. Kennedy leaves it for Zwicker. They grew up playing minor hockey here in Tassa. Cranston in Shabukto, he'll work it in. 1-on-5, Cranston below the goal line, waiting for his support. He looks backdoor and just out of the reach of Pelham to the far side point. Nice little move there. Dufour walks in, shot high, blocked. Up off the glass, stays in play. Calvert trying to center as Cranston was there. Dufour shot blocked. Back into the neutral zone. That one stings. Good job to wear that was Sear. Cranston up over the blue line. Centers for Calvert. Doesn't connect there as out come the Whalers. Brown pressured. Calvert almost turned it right over to the stick, but Greenwood got there first. 3-on-2 for the Gulls. Cranston cuts to the middle. Pelham drives. Cranston shot. And rebound, nothing there, as a great chance. Shots now 11-1 in favor of the Gulls. They lead by 1 off a Levy goal and assist coming from number 21, Parker Douglas, and number 5, Davis Henneberry. Rimmed around. Kennedy. Back down low. Trying to center. McKinnon rebound there. Zwicker shot. Not enough on it to find the back of the net. Nordine to Kennedy. Waits, fakes, walks in. Kennedy fumbled it for a second. Got a shot away, but not enough, as out come the Whalers. 3-on-2 for the Whalers. Mosier working it down the wall. Taylor centers off the blocker of Rogerson. Rebound. Gathered up by McDougall. Towards the net, McDougall poked away into the corner by Kennedy, who stops, avoids one, and finds Nordine, who will get his feet moving up north through the neutral zone to center and peel off for the change. All 5 fresh skaters out for the Gulls, as Wakeham, the big frame of number 20 in blue, will chip it in. Rogerson stops it up. Wakeham turns it over, back for Chisholm at the point. Chisholm trying to get it back for Wakeham. Levy trying to center off the back of the skate, and out come the Gulls. Greenwood picking it up. Here's a chance. Greenwood, nice move. Greenwood to his backhand, and he scores. What a goal and what a return from Evan Greenwood, as inserted back into the lineup here tonight and making his mark on the game to make it 2-0 for the Gulls here at home. What a move. Fake shot, toe drag to the middle of the ice, kept it calm and outweighed the goaltender, Blake, and slid it past the blocker side pad very calmly. With 1:04 remaining in the opening period, the Gulls have a 2-goal lead. On a late goal, nice jump and a nice rush for Evan Greenwood. Centering off the body, turned over. Douglas had it go off of his skate. Can't get it in deep now. Here's Dufour. Will have to go back below his goal line. Wakeham in there on the forecheck. Up for Douglas. Centers. Sear got a stick on it. No icing. Half a minute remaining, opening period. Grayson Sear on the forecheck. Down below, centering out in front. Finds Cannon. Shot and a glove save. Held onto by Blake with 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Shots now 13-2 in favor of the Gulls. Not quite sure who picked up the assist. I'll check the score sheet app online quickly to see. But for now, it will be Greenwood for the second goal of the game for the Gulls. As 18 seconds here on the clock remaining. Zwicker leaves it for Jollymore. He'll spin it below the goal line. Cannon has it. 7 seconds remaining. Cannon spinning away, looking for someone in front. Centering feed, bobbling puck. Can't get a shot away to the point. Shot blocked at the buzzer, and that'll do it here for the opening 15 minutes of play. So after one, the Gulls leading here by 2. We'll be back for a second period of action after this short break. And welcome back here for second period of action. A quick recap of the goals in the first period. It was Levy, but it was the assist to Parker Douglas and Grayson Sears on the opening goal. The second one coming off the stick of Evan Greenwood. Assist going to number 15, Adam Levy once again. So he's got 2 points on the game. Back to center, fresh 20 on the clock. And we are underway here, second period. Gulls leading by 2 coming into this period. As they'll chip it in off the draw. Cycling down low. Calvert. He'll work it around the short side. Kennedy rimming it back to the far side corner. Cranston to it first. He'll chip it up to the point. Greenwood back for Cranston off the half wall. Cranston drops for Greenwood. He'll work it in like a shot go. Rebound. Cranston couldn't find the back of the net there as he sent that just wide. As 2 sticks in there disrupting that shot attempt. Kennedy at the point. Back. Greenwood steps. Shot into the chest of Blake, who holds on for the whistle. Face-off won back by Levy, sitting on 2 points, a goal and an assist here in the game so far. Down below, poked away from Sears, who has an assist. That's his 46th point on the season. He's got 28 assists so far this year. Down below, chipping it up the wall. Pressured there on the half wall and sent right back in over the blue line. Gathered up, Dufour taking his time. Up over the line, here comes Sears. Sears centers onto the stick of Douglas. Shot goes up just wide past the glove. Noel, he'll dump it below the goal line as a good offensive zone time now, and Sears got ran over there on a high hit from Jackson LaRue. Puck to the blue line, not out. Levy trying to get it back, had it chip past him and into the neutral zone. Levy will send it right back in. Norton Connors chipping it to the wall and out. Come the Whalers to center, and dumping that in was Bruce. He'll peel off for the change. Fresh 5 out for the Whalers. Noel takes a bump as he worked it across for Dufour. Dufour chipping it into the neutral zone. It's gathered up by Taylor just inside of the ringette line. Taylor back up for Brown. He'll center. McDougall turned it over, gets it right back. Here's McDougall, 2-on-2, has Brown with him. McDougall for Brown. Brown can't pass. Get it tucked past the pad of Rogerson. Still a 2-0 game here. A great feed And a great opportunity for Brown, but just couldn't tuck it around on his backhand. Dropped off. Here's a shot just wide. As that one whistled as Cranston dropped it off for Jollymore. Shot there, blocked as Greenwood let it go. As that's a stinger. As making his way to the bench there was Mosier. Cranston to the front. Backdoor pass. Pad save. Blake holds on for the whistle. 17:06 remaining in the second period. A flurry of chances of shots now up to 17 here for the Gulls, just 2 for the Whalers. But what an opportunity there for the Gulls. Cranston trying to get up to 55 points on a feed there for his captain, but unable to slide it past the 5-hole was Miller Cannon. Down low, Jollymore and Cannon trying to work it out. Norton Connor pinning it on the wall. He'll work it up for Wakeman. Trying to center. Good read by Zwicker, who dumps it right back onto the stick of Norton Connors. It'll come around here on the wall. LaRue drops it off. Nice little move there, but underskated the puck and sent it right back in. Jollymore. Gulls right back on the forecheck. Zwicker finishes his check in there on the corner. Wakeman. He'll chip that around for LaRue. Henneberry to it first. He'll send it back for Zwicker in the corner. Jollymore poked off of his stick by LaRue. Back up the wall here for him. Henneberry distance shot, and that'll be held onto by Blake for a stoppage of play and an offensive zone draw again for the Gulls. They'll send over Calvert, Cranston, Pelham, Kennedy, and Dufour on the back end. Taylor, LaRue, Taylor, Wakeman, and Craig out for the, Dartmouth got away with a little bit of a late change there. They'll send over, looks like it was number 15, McDougall, to take the draw. Kennedy at the point for Pelham. Down the wall, Calvert trying to work it out. Pelham in there supporting him. Craig reverses right on the stick of Calvert, trying to center off the stick, and in Brown will work it up here as Mosier with a step. Mosier towards the net, and a glove save by Rogerson holds on for the whistle. Good little burst of speed there from number 16 in blue. After taking the shot off the foot on the last shift, had trouble getting to the bench. No trouble skating down the wing there, letting that shot go, but Rogerson up with the glove save, as now out come the Gulls looking for more. 3-on-1, here's a chance. Luca Calvert tried to let a shot go, and it bobbled under his stick. Pelham over top of the dots, lets a shot right on to the chest, and held on to by Blake. Calvert was gonna, I think, fake shot and dish it, but when he went to fake the shot, it rolled off of his stick and into the corner, and that shot from distance right into the chest of Blake for the whistle. 15:30 remaining here in the second period. Shots almost up to 20 now for the Gulls, is just under 5 minutes expiring here in the second period. So a busy night already for the Dartmouth goaltender. Because both of them been in the net, seen a couple shots, but mainly for Gordy Blake, the starting goaltender, who had to come out momentarily to get his helmet adjusted after a shot ripped off of it. Noel's distance shot off a stick wide. Sear tried to wrap it around. It didn't go, but back to the point. Noel tried to find Douglas. It's into the corner. Taylor will chip it around. Andy chip in the corner. Pinched off by Levy. Stopped up. Back for Chip. In behind the man. Intended target was Sear. Noel back up over the blue line. He'll chip it in chase. Down for Sears below. He'll pressure Taylor as it's worked across for Chisholm. Taylor at the blue line gets it out. Noel gathers right back over center and dumps it back down low. Taylor up off the glass, held in by Noel. He'll pinch in down the point. Noel's shot goes just wide. Sim gathers it. He'll chip it up ahead. He'll try to get to it first. Will it have enough for icing? as Jollymore got to it, but the whistle went. It's going to be an icing call charged to the Whalers. 14:06 remaining in the second period of play. Two nothing the score for the Gulls. Face off to the corner. Chipped up to the point. Kennedy had troubles with it on a bouncing puck. Here's a chance. A shot there from distance goes wide as that shot off the stick of Carson Johnson. Sim down below. He tried to get it back. Out front though, it's Cannon for Kennedy. Paxton Kennedy tried to center Johnson. Disrupt that. He'll cycle it around for Bruce in the far side corner. Bruce back for Johnson. Johnson out in front. That shot was fanned on there as Sim activated in. Good find, but unable to bury it home. Zwicker on the half wall. Centers onto the stick. Here's Cannon trying to make a move. Zwicker following it up. Here's a chance. Jack Zwicker and unable to get a shot away as he was tied up there. Miller tried one move, had it go off the skate of the defenseman. Zwicker gathered the puck up and got tied up on his chance and unable to get a shot away. It'll be a face-off inside as the puck trickled in on Blake as he was happy to hold on for the whistle. Now up to 20 shots here seen by number 1 in blue. Held at the line. Great hold by Greenwood. He's got a goal centering in front for McKinnon. Wakeman picks up the loose puck. Will chip it back around the man. Great back check by Greenwood as he had activated. As Greenwood on the good back check there. Here's Dufour trying to work it up off the skate. Nordine trying to poke it in. Lays the body. Turns it over. McKinnon gathers it and a shot into the glove of Blake. He'll hold on for the whistle. 21 shots now. And in counting, shots 21-3 in favor of the Gulls. They lead by 2. Goals coming off the stick of Adam Levy and number 4, Evan Greenwood. Calvert on the draw to the point. Kennedy had troubles with it. Now here's a break. Wakeman around to the point. Or here's a chance. LaRue shot blocked. Wakeman and Calvert mixing it up a little bit. A delayed call on the play, and it's going to go to Wakeman. As McDougall touches the puck, it looks like it's going to be head contact to Wakeman. We'll see for how many minutes, if it's a double minor or not. Just a 2 for head contact to Wakeman, and it'll be another power play upcoming for the Gulls. Their second power play of the game. Unable to capitalize on the first one. Good kill from the Subs. Here's Cranston. Offensive zone draw on the man advantage. Wins it. Douglas to the point. Noel back for Cannon. He'll walk in. Douglas shot on the one-timer. Rebound sent just wide to the corner. Puck cleared up to the point. Noel across for Cranston. Crossed here for Zwicker. Had it go under his stick. He'll take time, set it back up top for Noel. For Cranston, who's going to walk in, let a shot go just wide. Zwicker gathers it up on the half wall to the point for Chase Noel. He'll let a distant shot go off the leg of Pelham. You can kind of see him wincing a little bit there. That clearing attempt all the way right up the middle. And Cranston unable to hold it in. He'll have to go back below his goal line. It'll be Noel. Cranston swinging to the far side. Douglas through the middle. He'll gather it up over the blue line. Stopping inside the ringette line. Zwicker trying to chip it down low. Calvert will take over Pelham, who headed to the bench after taking the shot from Chase Noel. Noel for Zwicker. Had it poked off of his stick. Good stick there by Mosier. To the point, Noel for Cranston. Bowen Cranston walks over top of the circles. Leaves. Noel for Cranston. One-timer. They score. Bowen Cranston one-timer attempt and make it 30 for number 9. as his 30th goal of the season has him up to 55 points on the year, the league leading point getter. As a good feed from Noel. I didn't think Cranston was going to be able to hit that puck, but he did, and an ice burner was able to slide past the pad of Gordy Blake to make it 3-0 for the Gulls. Back to center ice. Puck in the skates. Johnson gathers. He'll chip it in. Greenwood around for Kennedy. Greenwood took a hit there. Zwicker centers, stands up his man. Up over the blue line. Here's Jollymore. For Cannon, had trouble handling it. Jollymore to the point. Walking. Greenwood shot off the outside of the post. Mosier pinched off the puck. Jollymore has Zwicker to Kennedy. Paxton Kennedy to the point. Greenwood shot. Rebound still loose. That puck unable to find its home was Cannon. Has it now to the point. Kennedy. He'll let a distance shot go. Tip wide. Zwicker tried to get it on net, but it sent just off of his stick wide. Zwicker centering all the way back to the point. Greenwood unable to hold it in. He'll regroup in the neutral zone. Evan Greenwood had a beautiful goal in the late stages of the first period to make it 2-0, and a power play goal from Cranston to make it 3 here in the second, as Levy started it off in the first. Craig has it up the wall for Sear. Sear through the neutral zone, up over the blue line. He'll split right through. Sear shot and a pad save. Rogerson. Sear goes into the wall awkwardly. No call on the play. They'll play on. Good hold at the far side point as Kotalopoulos got tied up there. He'll hold it once again. Shot didn't find its way all the way to the net. Grayson Sear and Sims will battle as it's one out. Cranston with the latest goal for the Gulls will work it for Cannon. Up over the line, Miller Cannon in over. Has it now. Here's Douglas off the bench, a shot. And a blocker save by Blake. Sears looking back door as Chase Noel sneaking down low. Below the goal line, the defenseman activating in the offensive zone. He'll cycle it for Cranston. Sharp angle shot off the stick and wide. Cranston below the goal line, looking for it in his feet. Douglas in there to help him out. Parker Douglas to the point. Noel shot blocked off the stick of Sear. Off the end wall, Craig was left there. Good job to keep things moving up the far side. Cranston got a stick on it, but not enough to control it. And out come the Whalers through the neutral zone. Smart play by Craig to dump it in as he'll peel off for the change. Henneberry has it below the goal line. He'll reverse for Noel, but it wasn't ready for it. Bruce got to it. He'll cycle. Down low, Taylor trying to center out in front. Under the stick, though, of Bruce. Gathered up, Chase Noel for Sears. Chipping it up the wall. Keeping his feet moving. Heads up linesman as he sidestepped the three-man, I guess, parade coming towards him. As that puck centered through the feet of LaRue. Back, Noel elects to go off the wall, but right onto the stick. Taylor takes a bump to get it down low. As the Whalers looking to get in the offensive zone here and set up a forecheck. McKinnon, 2-on-2 for Nordine. Back for McKinnon. As McKinnon will get it down low. Norton Connors prenched off there by Magnus Nordine. Magnus Nordine trying to get the offensive forecheck there as him and McKinnon turn it over. Nordine for Jollymore, a shot and a save by Blake will hold on for the whistle. 7:15 remaining in the second period of play. 3-0 lead for the Gulls. Goals coming, the most recent goal coming off the stick of Bowen Cranston. Jack Zwicker and Chase Noel will pick up assists on the goal. Power play goal, 50% on the power play here, so 1 for 2 are the Gulls. Centering attempt. Pelham, good job battling that puck back. He'll work it for Calvert. Down below the goal line, Calvert on his forehand. Works it around the zone. He's pinched off there on a nice play to get off his balance. Brown gathers it up, gets it over the blue line, pinched off by Dufour. Kennedy up for Pelham. Pelham to center, will chip it down. Trickling puck right onto Blake, who holds on for the whistle. A delayed call upcoming, and it's going to be to Paxton Kennedy. As in behind the play, a slashing call charged to number 7 for the Gulls. So a power play now for the Whalers. We'll see if they can capitalize. 6:39 remaining in the second. Still no score for the Whalers. They have 5 shots on net. The Gulls 24. Here, still over 6 minutes remaining in the second period. To the point, Craig's shot just wide. Greenwood gathers up the puck. He'll go off the glass past Taylor all the way down. Out to stop it is Gordy Blake. Henry Craig will kick it here for Taylor up over the blue line. Taylor drop pass, and Craig just able to hold the line, as that'll be Jack Taylor down low. Below the goal line, Taylor cycles for Bruce. Greenwood read it. He'll pinch it off on the end wall and try to kill off some time. There's a minute and 15 seconds remaining on the power play for the Whalers. Taylor walks, takes a step back down the wall. Taylor, don't get confused, that's Cole Taylor, the defenseman. Jack Taylor has it now at the point. He has a shot. Jack Taylor's normally the forward, but he covered there for Cole Taylor. Is out. Come the Gulls, 2-on-2. Levy, Nordine up over the blue line, and an offside call, and I don't think so, as the puck was over the blue line before. I don't know. An offside charge to the Gulls on a 2-on-2 break. So with 52 seconds left on the clock on the power play, the draw coming just outside of the zone for the Whalers as it gets sent right back into their zone. And they'll look to set up the power play breakout. McDougall centers for Brown. Up over the blue line. Brown dishing it out wide as it's worked across here for Craig. To the middle. Henry Craig over to the far side. He'll walk down, let a shot go. Blocker save Rogerson. To his post now. He'll post to post as McDougall pinched off by his man is Brown now. To the point, Craig. He'll let another shot go. It's blocked by Pelham to the half wall. Cycling it right down. Rogerson will hold on and stop play. 6 seconds remaining on the power play for the Whalers. 4:45 remaining on the second period clock. Shots now 24-8. Got to be careful. The man springing out of the box, Paxton Kennedy, awaits for the next 6 seconds. We'll see if it's going to be Kennedy or if he'll go right to the bench and spring the man, as the defenseman will back off. As Cannon on the half wall, he'll skate it up into the neutral zone. Centering, tried to get Zwicker in behind the man as he tried to sneak off the bench. Back come the Whalers. Trying to get an offensive zone forecheck established. Greenwood makes a move around one, stumbles with it, sticks with it, and he finds Zwicker up through the neutral zone over the blue line. Zwicker's going to drive wide. Good stick there by Cole Taylor. Taylor in behind. He'll get it back on a nice little reverse play. Up for Brown, under his stick, Noel. Cycles down below the goal line. Cole Taylor reverses. Noel, shot tip just off the stick of Cannon and wide. Jollymore, half wall, sticking with it. Nice little move to the outside. Jollymore down for Cannon, for Zwicker. Back for Cannon, and that puck had trouble with it there as he was walking over top. Dufour will send it right back into the Dartmouth zone. McDougall on a nice feed there from Taylor, turns it over. Zwicker thought he had Cannon as it was worked tiered into the corner. Miller Cannon in on the forecheck. He'll work it down low. Zwicker, nice little move there by McDougall. Zwicker gets a stick in there, disrupts it momentarily as Cranston picked it off, tried to cycle. Cannon, nice job by Douglas to stay on the bench and not jump earlier. It would have been too many men, as that puck will get sent all the way down and an icing charged to the Whalers with 3:03 remaining on the second period clock, as Luke Kotsopoulos bent over, breathing for air, so he'll have it now. He was the one who dumped it the full length for an icing. He'll chip it over to the far side as out come the Whalers. Nice breakout, Dick Dougal up ahead for Brown as the D-man now able to change. Dufour as the players stretched out of the zone. Sears trying to spring ahead, but Dufour unaware of the change there as Mosier at the blue line will chip it down. Kennedy pressured him behind the goal. He'll work it up the wall. Nice job to chip it. Craig holds it momentarily. Now here's a break. Grayson Sears in. Shot pad save. Rebound. Cranston. And another save by Blake. Holds on for the whistle. Cranston giving a shove there to Jude Sim. Bowen Cranston looking for number 56 with after his latest goal, giving him 55 points on the year. 30 goals so far this season for number 9. Levi, forecheck, good forecheck there. A big line out there now for the team in white. Pelham, McKinnon, and Levy, the three forwards. Up on the front end for the Gulls. Henneberry, Pelham, slot shot, save, as that was Levy, sorry. He was looking to double down. As the big line hounding the puck in the corner. Up the wall. Craig trying to chip it out, just held in onside by McKinnon. Below Blake. Reverses around for Chisholm. He'll try to spin away, but a good forecheck takes that away. Adam Levy. Down low. Up top now was Greenwood. Centers off the stick, bouncing in a rainbow deflection. Will be almost like a pop fly basket catch for Gordy Blake, who holds on now up to 28 shots on the season. Just checking now in behind me, captain of the Dartmouth Steel Subaru, Dylan Papolinski, coming here, tuning in for this Thursday game. Having some popcorn and enjoying some U15 hockey. As mentioned, the only game in all the leagues between here and Nova Scotia at the major level, U15, U16, U18 male and female. This is the only game on tap for the High Button Sports crew. Thanks for tuning in, as here's a chance for the Gulls trying to make it 4 as we're inside a minute now remaining in the second period. Sears over top of the zone, drops it for Dufour on the half wall. He'll send it back down low. Calvert unable to get to it. Sears gathers it on the far side, over top of the dot. Sears shot blocked off the stick and just wide. Nordine cycling right onto the stick though of Taylor, who will chip it up for Sear. Sear just over the blue line, one hands it in. Chip's gonna forecheck Noel in the far side corner. Half a minute remaining in the period. Sears on the half wall, centers off the stick or skate of Calvert. Nordine up over the blue line. Mangus Nordine lost his glove for his efforts as he had it down low. Pinched off there, trying to kill off as much time as he can here with 10 seconds remaining in the period. Norton Connor pressured by Calvert, as that'll run out the clock here in the second period of action. So after 2 periods of play, the Gulls lead the Whalers by a score of 3-0. Goals coming off the stick of Adam Levy, Evan Greenwood, and Bowen Cranston. Will be back for third period of action live on High Button Sports after this quick intermission. welcome back here for the third and final period of regulation between the Dartmouth Whalers and your hometown Gulls here inside the St. Margaret's Bay Center. The Gulls coming into the third period leading by a score of 3-0. Shots 29-8 in favor of the team in white and green as they lead by 3 here to start the third. Cannon and Wakeman have a quick chat here. Matt Duggan set to drop the puck, and we're underway for the third period of play. Greenwood working it up. It'll be controlled. Taking his time was Norton Connors up the wall. Sears having to wait to get activated as the forechecker unable to tag up in time. As out Whalers into the neutral zone. Puck ping-ponged around there. It'll be worked ahead by Jack Taylor. Sent in by Wakeman. Kennedy spins off a one check. Jollymore around for Greenwood. Chipped back here. Cannon had it go off a skate on the cross ice attempt. Kennedy waits, works it right back for Cannon. Up over the blue line, Miller Cannon. Delays to the outside. He's pinched off on the wall. Zwicker in there trying to help his man out. Puck battled for, gathering it up. Zwicker's shot bounced just wide. Cannon to his point man. Shot blocked. Down and below the goal line. Zwicker walking out. Trying to find his man. It's poked away from him by Norton Connors as he tries to get away from the forecheck of Miller Cannon and Jack Zwicker. Off the wall, chipped back into the neutral zone. Dufour. Pressure by Taylor. Dufour up for Cranston. Right back over the line. Here's Cranston waiting for some support. He has it now. Noel, shot blocked by Norton Connors, and out come the Whalers. That'll be chipped over to the far side. Douglas, the forward, got to be careful. He's the last man back. Clearing attempt not out off of the stick. McDougall works it for Mosier. Down low. Dartmouth on the offensive zone attack now as they work it up over the circles. McDougall couldn't get a shot away. Cranston kicking it wide for Douglas. Up over the blue line. Douglas makes a move to the middle. Shot there. Goes wide. Cranston off the half wall. Good stick lift there. And out come the Whalers just outside their line. Douglas tried to chip it back in off the skate. Here's McDougall over the line. Dishing it for Brown, who good back check there from Parker. Knocked it away from him. Greenwood takes the hit. Keeps his feet moving. He'll keep the puck. Greenwood with an absolute beauty of a goal earlier in the first period. Undressed a defenseman and then snuck it around the pad on his backhand with great patience. And welcome back to the lineup, Evan Greenwood, as a big addition back for them, wearing number 4 on the white team. White, black, and green, I guess I should say. Pelham across. Henneberry's shot got deflected into the corner. Pelham to the point. Kennedy walks, shoots, and off of a body out of play. As that'll force a whistle, and it'll be an offensive zone draw once again for the Gulls. Shots now 30-8 in favor of the Gulls. 3-0 lead here at home. Levy, offensive zone draw, has Pelham and McKinnon out there with him, so that big line once again back out there as Levy finishing his check. Has a goal in the game. He also has an assist, does number 15, so a 2-point game for the big number 15 as he worked it across there, tried to connect with McKinnon. As it played across to the short side. Pelham over top of the zone. He'll dish. Shot there. Tipped just wide. McKinnon, I think, got a stick on that as it'll get cleared down past Kennedy. Delayed icing. Rogerson's going to stay in his net, and an icing call charged to the Whalers. And another offensive zone draw once again for the Gulls. This time, Magnus Nordin out there for the draw. He'll win it to Calvert. Luca Calvert for Paxton Kennedy, back for Calvert, shot, and a save there off the blocker of Gordy Blake. Dufour at the point for Nordine, had it bounce on him. He'll work it for Dufour, who stands up Sear once again. Out of the corner, Sear's shot goes off the shoulder of Gordy Blake and out of play. And another draw in the offensive zone upcoming for the Gulls. 16:02 remaining, not 16:12, 16:02 remaining here in the period. Down low, Calvert. Chance for Nordine, had it just go under his stick, a little too hot to handle and tight, as out comes Sim. To the red, he'll dump it in. Rogerson plays it around for Sears. Centered right onto the stick though and turned over. Here's Mosier to the point. Taylor just holds it in. Shot there from distance, tipped by Sim, just wide. Good job by Nordine getting back to support his D-men as he'll work it up here for Calvert out of his reach. Nordine got to be patient there. No one touched it. Great job there. High IQ hockey play. No one touched it. And up over the blue line here, Sear for Jollymore. Back down low for Sears. Back for Jollymore, who just got to it. He side-checked the check there. Grayson Sears up over top of the zone. Looking back doors, the man started to go in. It got deflected and disrupted, and a smart play there by Davis Henneberry to get back as Greenwood stepped up. No icing as he stepped up there to take that away. Zwicker gathering it up with speed now, up over through the neutral zone, over the blue line. Jack Zwicker to the outside, mishandled the puck. LaRue clearing just outside the line, and it hit the bench as Kennedy tried to glove it down, and it's going to be a face-off. Once again, back in the offensive zone for the Gulls. Wakeman, Taylor, LaRue up front. Norton, Connors, and Craig on the back end for this. Nice job there as Henneberry stepping in as the man went out to meet him, and he read it perfectly, stepping around him into the slot, just unable to get the shot away. Here's Zwicker, shot blocked by Craig, point blank in front. Kennedy around, Cannon, absolute big hit there on Craig. Toe drag under the skate, it hit the skate, I think, as Jollymore tried a toe drag attempt there. Wakeman, half wall to Taylor, through the neutral zone for LaRue. Back for Taylor, 2-on-1, has Wakeman. Backdoor attempt off the skate, Jollymore below his goal line. Pressure by Wakeman, delayed call upcoming as face-off will go all the way back down, and it's going to be another power play for the Gulls, a tripping call charged to number 20, Mason Wakeman. And it'll be another power play, their third of the game. They're 50% so far, 1 for 2 on the game so far, and Wakeman to the box for the trip. It'll be a power play now. Greenwood will get the start here with Cannon, Jollymore, Sears, and Calvert, who has it down below the goal line. Calvert for Cannon. The captain for the Gulls works it for Greenwood. One-timer Sears, and it's blocked up and out of play. What a quick one-timer there from Grayson Sears, who has a point on the game, so he has 46 on the season. It was an assist, so he's up to 28 assists, 17 goals, 28 assists. So far for number 14, a toe drag shot. Calvert up the wall for Cannon. First Greenwood. Grayson Sears back for Greenwood at the point, middle of the ice. He'll walk it in. Nice job to find a stick, but unable to control it was Miller. I think he was trying to get a tip on it. That clearing attempt held in. Greenwood, he'll walk it. Look for Sears, who will spin away down below the goal line. Stopping back up to the point. Walking Greenwood for Sears. Over top of the zone, Sears back for Cannon. Greenwood shot blocked right onto the stick of Calvert down low. Calvert cycling below Miller, Cannon. looking to set things up from this side maybe now. Greenwood, he'll walk down. He'll spin away from one. Down for Calvert, below the goal line. Luca Calvert for Grayson Sears. He'll walk for Greenwood. Shot, rebound, loose in front. Trying to find it. Jollymore comes up with it below the goal line. Jollymore, good job there to knock it away from him was Cole Taylor. Greenwood takes a bump at the point, chipping it back in, and a hand pass charged to the Gulls will stop play with 20 seconds remaining on the power play. And a face-off outside of the zone. And with 12:07 remaining in the third period clock, 20 seconds on the Wakeman penalty for tripping, the Gulls will switch up utilities for the last 20 seconds or so. Zwicker pressuring Craig. Cranston, half wall. Pressured there. Cranston away from one. He'll dish it cross ice. Zwicker for Douglas. Shot blocked. Into the corner. Cranston gathers it up. Over top of the circles. Now up top of the zone. He'll spin to the wall. Pressuring it down low. Around to the far side for Jack Zwicker. Zwicker for Noel. Noel makes a move back to the outside. Cranston stick raised on the short side here. Wanting a one-timer. As he has it now, Cranston pressured by one, unable to make a move off it, the wall and keep it. Wakeman will play it back. Craig. That'll be worked up here once again for Wakeman. Over the blue or over the red line and sending that in as he just served the 2-minute. So the Gulls now 33% on the power play. They're 1 for 3. He's up over the line, chipping it back into the neutral zone. Here's Wakeman. Up over the blue line. Wakeman trying to work it in past Henneberry. Good job disrupting that. Dufour will rim it around. McKinnon heads up. Cole Taylor stepping in there. Chisholm for Wakeman. Sorry, that's Chip. He'll chip it in. Andy Tip below the goal line. Trying to get that puck back. In on the end wall. Dufour pinches him off. To the point. Norton. Connor's shot. Rebound. Cleared away by Dufour. Levy. Centers off the stick. On this side of center. Right on net. And it's going to be played over here for Andy Chip. Good forecheck by Charlie McKinnon. Below the goal line. McKinnon centering. Good stick by Norton Connors. He'll play it up here for Chip, who plays into the neutral zone. Dufour had trouble with it. A bouncing puck. Here's a chance. Johnson centers, and that backhand up over top of the net of Rogerson. Shot there on the short side. Couldn't bury it home. Jack Taylor this time. To the point. Held in momentarily. Levy gathers it up through the neutral zone. Up the blue line. Will chip it back below the goal line and peel off for the change. As that'll activate Zwicker, who finishes check on the end wall to the neutral zone and sent in by Taylor, who had a great chance to break the scoring for the Whalers as Jollymore centers out in front. No one home. Zwicker pressuring Chisholm, turns it over. Zwicker poked off of his stick right onto Jollymore's stick. Shot and held on to by Blake. Gordy Blake doing a good job to freeze play there, so they'll be able to switch up utilities on the back end. Craig out, Chisholm off. Sim headed to the bench. Well, don't know exactly who popped out for him. It must have been before I looked over. So at 9:15 remaining in the period, offensive zone draw. Shots 32-9 in favor of the Gulls now. Cannon leaves it for Jollymore. In the corner, Jollymore centers just past Zwicker and back into the neutral zone. Kenny will have to go. Kennedy pressured. Wakeman turns it over. Rogerson plays it through the feet of Greenwood, who was looking around, spun up like 3 or 4 times trying to find it. Played to the point. Cycled back down low by the Whalers. Centered out in front, Cannon picks it up, works it to the neutral zone. Zwicker just out of his reach. Whalers regroup. Craig takes his time, works it up the wall. Bruce gets a stick on it, deflects it onto the stick of Greenwood, who regroups in his own zone. Up all the way down past a few skaters. No icing call there as they thought they could have played it. The linesman did. Nordin forechecks, turns it over. Noel steps up and pinches it back down low. Levy in there on the forecheck. He tries to get it back, creating havoc. Sitting on 2 points on the game is Adam Levy. Over top of the circles, Calvert dishes. Noel on his backhand, centers out in front. Rebound still loose in front, is now picked up and cleared to the far side for Brown. Brown cuts to the middle, nice move. He'll leave it there, up over the line, McDougall. 1-on-2, lets a shot go. Bouncing up over top of the net of Rogerson. Centering pass, Levy out to the neutral zone. Chisholm had it go under his stick. Chisholm sidestepping a hit as he worked it up. Noel stepped up on Mosier as they get tied up a little bit behind the play. Here's McDougall, chance out in front and unable to bury it home. Was number 11, Alexander Brown. Here's a chance for Brown and a shot and a glove save. Held on to by Landon Rogerson. The undefeated 9-0, number 31 for the Gulls. Keeps this a 3-goal game. Shots now 32-10 as one of the parents for the Whalers excited about that. As it's the little things here inside the fountain rink, inside the St. Margaret's Bay Center. As out come the Gulls through the neutral zone. Douglas trying to work it in. Turns it over at the ringette line. Henneberry steps in, has it poked around him. Sear trying to get it through the neutral zone. It'll be chipped in by Chip as it'll be peeled off now and behind the goal line. Cranston up for Douglas. Good job getting skate to stick there. Up ahead for Sears. Below the goal line, Grayson Sears stopping it up. He'll work it out. Backdoor pass for Cranston. Shot just wide. Into the corner. Taylor reversing over for Chisholm. Cranston on the forecheck. 1-on-2. Centered right onto the stick of Sim. On the half wall, Sim takes a bump from Sears. Turns it over. Douglas finds Cranston in alone. Cranston scores and make it 2 for number 9 and 31 goals on the year. As Cranston will make it 4-0 for the Gulls. Douglas will pick up the assist, I believe, as well as Sears. So Sears with his second point of the game, his second assist. He's up to now 47 points, and Cranston 31 goals, give him 56 points as the league leading point getter doubles down, has 2 on the game. Still 6 minutes remaining on the clock here in the third period. Here's a chance, a shot, blocked, and out come the Gulls just into the ringette line and sent right back to the far side wall. Dufour gets pinched off there. We'll have to check who got the second assist. I think I heard number 5. We'll make sure. If it was, it will be Henneberry picking up the apple, the secondary apple. We'll have to give a quick look. Levy pressured in the corner. That's 2-on-2, and the whistle will go to stop play. As I'll get a quick sec here to check out the goal scoring and who picked up the assist on the 4th Gulls goal. Shots 33-11 in favor of the Gulls. So just Douglas picking up the assist on the latest Cranston goal. Here's Cannon. Down low, spinning. Off the half wall, down low, give and go with Zwicker, and Cannon just couldn't get the toe of the stick corralling that puck Here's Zwicker, centers, out front, picked off. Good read there by LaRue to work it for Wakeman. Up through the neutral zone. Mason Wakeman cuts to the middle at the blue line, mishandles it, and back to the neutral zone. Here comes Zwicker. He'll chip it in below the goal line. Jack Zwicker loses an edge right before the boards. He's right back up to his feet, though. Miller Cannon below the goal line. He'll chip it in to the corner for himself from below the goal line as a pressuring continue. Down low. Jollymore has it below the goal line. Onto the stick. Noel activating from the point. He'll work it back up top. Trying to find Greenwood stepping in into the corner. Greenwood sliding into the official as he lost an edge. First game back, sometimes a little rusty, but hey, what a beautiful goal earlier on in the game. So a little bit of a welcome back. Still maybe trying to find his edges, but definitely had the hands. Out comes Wakeman. One-on-one with Greenwood. Picked up, McKinnon, up for Jollymore. Jollymore just out of the reach of Calvert. Will it be enough? Calvert just before the red line, or goal line, touches it up, takes away the icing. Calvert off the skate, back for Kennedy at the point. Kennedy makes a move around Mosier. Kennedy fakes, trying to stick with it as he fell on the fake pass. I think Kennedy finds McKinnon for Calvert down low. Calvert over top of the circles, back. Kennedy at the point, fakes a shot for Henneberry, back for Kennedy. Got to be careful there as the D-man playing a risky game across the blue line of give and go. As here's Brown with Mosier. Brown shot, Rogerson unable to control the rebound, and they score, and it's waved off. The puck was definitely loose. The whistle had went, and unable to capitalize. Mosier, well, they did capitalize. Rogerson unable to control it. The game still remains 4-0. Here's a chance, a good defensive play by Henneberry. So the puck was definitely loose. The whistle went early. And tough bounce there for the Whalers. They just trying to get on the board here in the third period, maybe get a little spark. But the whistle early, taking away that goal. Puck was definitely free next to the pad of Rogerson. But the whistle had definitely gone by the time Mosier had gotten to it and chipped it home. Chip trying to toe drag, turns it over. Here's Grayson Sears to center. He'll send it hard on a rim along the dashboard. Douglas to it first, pressured by Chisholm. Douglas sticking with it off the corner below the goal line. He'll work it over to the far side. Taylor elects to chip it there as Grayson Sear finishing his check on him, and it's going to be an icing charged to the Whalers. .159 remaining in the period. Still a 4-0 game here. A goal disallowed as the whistle had went before the puck had crossed the line. Pelham, he'll send it across to the far side. Chisholm trying to get it out. Sear will chip it into the neutral zone where Henneberry will send it back ahead for Pelham. Up over the blue line, up ahead for Chip. Had it bounce off of his stick. Levy up over the blue line. Pinches off Chisholm. Chip giving it to Levy. Pelham picks it up. Finds Henneberry. Looking for a stick in front. Nice save. Rebound blocked right off the top of the kneecap that looked like there of Levi Chisholm. Minute 15 remaining. Pelham over the blue line. Has Levy driving. Pelham on his backhand shot there as he was trying for his 5th in 3 games. Pelham protecting the puck for Henneberry. Back down for McKinnon. Charlie McKinnon takes a hit, sticking with it. As it's worked up though for Sear. Good job by Sear to get around one, but good back check from McKinnon. As Jollymore will send it in. 45 seconds remaining in the third period of action. to the half wall. Sims side-stepping a check there from Kennedy. Johnson couldn't get out of the way there of Jollymore. Dufour around to Zwicker. Zwicker up the wall. Jollymore chips it up. Cannon and Jollymore 2-on-1. Cannon fakes a shot. Now he'll let one go and he scores, and it'll be 5-0 for the Gulls as a great fake pass, and he'll walk to the middle and snipe it past the glove of Gordy Blake. And it's a 5-0 lead with 21 seconds remaining in the period. Jollymore is going to pick up the assist along with Jack Zwicker on the 5th goal. So it'll be Cannon from Jollymore and Zwicker. Zwicker picking up his second point of the night. Now with 15 seconds remaining. Inside 10 seconds now, turnover. Inside the blue line, Taylor walking in, trying to get it to the net. Here, working it up. Wakeman to the point, and that'll do it here for this one. So after 3 periods of play, the Gulls win 5-0. Shots 35-13 in favor of the Gulls. Rogerson will pick up his 10th win of the season, his 3rd shutout, and that'll improve his goals against average and save percentage just a little bit after this one. So after 3 periods are complete, the Gulls 5, Whalers no score. Thanks for tuning in here live on High Button Sports. I'm Logan Carruthers. See you later. Drive safe and have a good one.